we are pleased as... Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 25 yards there on the catch and run. The first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
They go play action here on first down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now left side on the swing pass. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his big tight end here. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 11 catches, up over 130 yards, and a touchdown.
And that put him over 1,000 yards for the season. And the benchmark for running backs, 1,000 yards. The same for receivers. When you have that kind of a year, you've had a monster one.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease, feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
Taken down at the 47-yard line. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 28. A gain of 13 and also a first down.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line.
Well, when you've got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes.
Yeah, and at the risk of sounding just a little bit trite, this is just a tackle that needs to be made. It's one thing when you've got a bruising 230-pound running back coming your way, but when it's a quarterback who's running for his life, your teammates will tell you, you've got to get him on the ground.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
You know when I could tell this is going to end really badly? When he launched himself behind the line and made a beeline for the ball carrier. You hit one of those tactic machines in the middle on your trail, things are normally ending pretty quickly.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. They're going to look to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will make it 6-0.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs. So a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this.
He's got a man complete and all the way in for the touchdown. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Point after, right down the middle. And they take the lead here at 7-6. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Back to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 11. Over the middle, it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Well, this defense for the Niners, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the 1st down yardage before he's brought down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, Week 7, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. On second down, they'll run it here. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Set for the second quarter, San Diego in possession of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. This defense not budging, back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
They bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
Buying time, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run, and of course, get to the quarterback.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 15. And the pressure gets to him again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Taking on the midfield logo. Touchdown! A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Aftershocks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Here comes the 49ers punter now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. Oh, he shifts past him. Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Aftershocks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. On play action, they'll throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. He'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
18 more yards there and another first down.
And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 34. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. So a decent gain there, but not their 4th consecutive first down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to fire the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They had gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Well, almost a win for the defense, but if that's your win, you're not doing very well right now.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Aftershocks are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC.
Now the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wild card teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we've got a front row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the
nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Ooh, with a juke. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He had the touchdown pass on the last drive, his 3rd already in this first half, as he'll try again with a 1st down.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Back to throw here. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So they bring out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Second and 4. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
And see, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught. And a huge play that time. 54 yards. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Aftershocks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And a route is on here in this first half. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. This offense back to work now late in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings are still fighting towards an over 500 record as the win ups their mark to 6-8. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. The Cougars are still fighting towards an over 500 record as the win ups their mark to 6-8. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Niners. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for our home team, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for him. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Over the middle, it's complete. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 11 yards there, first down. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They'll run the option left. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
They'll set up a throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Aftershocks take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. They'll set up to throw. And a quick throw here that's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw here. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further. So tack on 3 more, though it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. You can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They're going to look to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. This is taken at the 23. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. They go play action here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the 4th quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll work this down inside the 30. They'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he will find his man on the in route, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
And these two hooked up on a nice game to play before, and I always admire play callers that see a play that works and go right back to it, so they went right back to him. The reward, they're set up with first and goal.
They'll come out in the pistol. Back to throw again. This is caught. Touchdown! A 5-yard touchdown. And the Aftershocks have got it on cruise control. That's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Back to throw. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. He's going to float this one deep right side.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And on now is the punter as he's on to kick it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. This is taken around the 12. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Niners will go on offense 1st and 10.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Looking to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Well, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here comes the 49ers punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And it's fielded at the 34. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down.
The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
The third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. It's fielded at the 45. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
14 yards that time, and a 1st down on the keeper.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Hands it off out of the gun. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
That solid gainer will put them on the doorstep of the end zone. More importantly, it gives them a fresh set of downs. Nice work right there.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game.
And the Aftershocks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Niners set to take over on offense. And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the fourth quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one.
They'll come out throwing here on first down.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far.
And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Ball at the 8 here for second and a yard, maybe a touch less.
Now back to throw. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think they should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. No gain on the screen there at second down. He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. They'll look to throw now on first down. Being chased out left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he is going to have a 49ers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Back to throw here. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way. Oh, what a juke into space. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring them indeed with that score alone. Extra point forthcoming. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Taken in at the 3.
And oh, deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back to the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds. They've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the home team here, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks.